Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Romano Report. I'm doing a different format today because I have several video clips that I want to play and discuss. So I'm going to do that here. Several different topics I want to cover. Now, bear with me, if you will, on these video clips. I suck at the technology side of this, I'll be honest with you. So I'm still trying to figure some things out, trying to figure out the best way to do this here. So this is probably not going to be perfect, but bear with me. Anyway, I want to begin with a montage clip from a person on social media who goes by the name Decoding Fox News. She really does great work, and she put together a montage of clips of Fox News lying about the terrorist in New Orleans. As you know, Fox News and all of right-wing media, along with their orange god king, Donald Trump, didn't wait for the facts to come out about this. They went immediately to their narrative, which is, this has to be the result of illegal immigration. This must have been an illegal. After all, we saw a picture, and he's brown, so therefore he must be an illegal alien. And that's the story they went with. Of course, it's completely untrue. This guy was not an illegal alien. The guy isn't even an immigrant of any kind. He is born and bred American, Texas, Republican Texas. And so this didn't fit their narrative, but they pushed this lie for a good long while. And Donald Trump still has those lies on Truth Social. Anyway, let me play a little bit of this to get a flavor of how Fox News covered this.
This person came through Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago.
The vehicle potentially was traced to crossing at Eagle Pass, Texas.
Suspect drove a truck with a Texas license plate that came through Eagle Pass, Texas.
Hearing that the vehicle was traced to coming across from Mexico into the United States at Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago. To be told, license plate was picked up by a reader at a border crossing. This said it was picked up crossing at that border.
Okay, and on they went with the lies because that's what they do. And that's what their audience wants to hear. And what really offends me about some of these clips here from Fox News is that there's this guy pushing these lies standing on the White House lawn. Right? This is not Sean Hannity. This is not Laura Ingraham. This is not Greg Gutfeld. This is not the entertainment wing of Fox News. This is what they present as their hard news reporters, which of course is nonsense because it's all entertainment. Fox News does not do factual news reporting. To the extent that they do, it's just sort of a happenstance. It's, they might occasionally report facts, but that's not their primary goal. Right? Their primary goal is to push narratives, is to advance the soap opera storyline that they create and that their viewers want to hear. And that's really, at the end of the day, what it's all about for Fox News. Giving their viewers the story that they want to hear. And whatever is going on in the news, they try to spin it to be part of that soap opera narrative. And so this happens. The guy's brown. It must be illegal immigration. So we're going to try to find some tie to the border, to another country, to illegal immigration of some kind. So that's what they do. And it's just to see this, some of these reporters standing on the White House lawn is offensive. Now, the next one I want to play is a guy who is a Republican congressman. This guy's name is Randy Weber, and like all MAGA Republicans, he is a loathsome scumbag. And here he is. Here's what this jerk had to say.
Look, I'm on the Border Security Caucus, and we've had former Border Patrol people come in and talk to us. 55,000 under Biden. I call him Biden because I think he's Obama's third term.
Look, I call him Biden because he's Barack Obama's third term. Like, Is that some sort of like gotcha? What the hell? Why even say that? I'll tell you why they say stuff like this. This is so unserious. This man is talking about a terrorist killing American citizens in Louisiana, and he has to make juvenile political digs at Biden. You know why? It's because, again, it can all be traced back to the Fox News audience. The people who sit there day in, day out, watch Fox News, they're there for the soap opera. They're there for the entertainment. These are not people who are interested in serious conversation or serious news reporting. This is entertainment for these friggin' morons. All right, continue with this guy.
55,000 special interest aliens have come across our border. That's from countries who hate us. Iran, Iraq, Syria.
Why are we even talking about this? Why is Fox News even allowing... I mean, it's rhetorical. We obviously know the answer to this. It had nothing to do, which they should know by now, nothing to do with illegal immigration, and yet we're going on and on about border crossings when it has nothing to do with that. All right, I can't take this guy. Let's move on to the next here. Here is Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry. Hat tip to Real American on whatever social media platform I got this from. Let's take a listen.
We're looking at increasing the footprint, certainly expanding the road closures throughout the day tomorrow. Look, I think it's important to remember that the only way to really protect people from evil is to crush it. And the one person who knows how to do that is the incoming President Donald Trump. And I believe that his nominee, Kristi Noem, understands that as well. I look forward to Inauguration Day so that...
I don't know if you can see the comment that Really American, the account that posted this video clip, wrote. This person, they write, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry says the only way to defeat evil is with the guy who cheated on all his wives, who was found liable of sexual assault, convicted of 34 felonies, and incited insurrection against America. Sheer hypocritical stupidity. Yeah. But, and Trump is the only one who has proven that he can defeat evil. Putting aside the ridiculous and absurd hypocrisy here, how has this man, Donald Trump, ever proven that he can defeat evil? He was a real estate developer turned reality TV host turned president. When has this man ever demonstrated that he's capable of putting down evil? Now, he's surely demonstrated he's capable of perpetrating evil. He's done that, continues to do that on a daily basis. But when has he ever put down evil? Seems to me he avoided the draft by lying about having bone spurs. I suppose he could have, done something for his country in the military if putting down evil is so important to him, which the whole thing is just a joke. What do we got next? Okay, let's move on from the terrorist stuff. Before I move on. So not only have they been lying about this guy in New Orleans, but they're really not having a good time here with the news stories lately, because it turns out the guy in Las Vegas, also not an illegal alien, white guy this time, American, another, well, he's not a vet, he's active duty, Green Beret, I think. He was on leave from his, I forget where he was stationed, but anyways, he was on leave when he did this. Active duty military. And guess what? Huge Trump supporter. Read an article that quoted, I believe, his uncle, who went on and on about how this man is, elite military, which is true. And that he is so patriotic and loves Donald Trump. And the way he said in the story was those two are one and the same. Because being a patriot means loving Donald Trump. I'm so sick of the way that word and its derivate, its different forms, patriot, patriotic, have been completely co-opted and destroyed by MAGA Republicans. There is nothing patriotic about any of these people. These are not patriots, but they have so corrupted the word. Anyway, so their lies have been exposed in New Orleans, and their little narrative has imploded on them in Las Vegas, since that guy is a huge Trump cultist. Now on to this guy. If you're not familiar with this guy is a scumbag of the highest order. This is the guy who is in charge of public education in the state of Oklahoma. Ryan Walters. Hat tip on this clip to Ron Filipkowski. Let's listen to this guy.
You have schools that are teaching kids to hate their country, that this country is evil. You have the teachers' unions pushing this on our kid. The radical left wants people to hate this country. They've completely destroyed the integrity of the FBI by making them more concerned about DEI than about protecting Americans. It's a major part of this. And look, this is a real uncomfortable truth. I know the left is going to lose their mind, but listen, we can...
Oh, it's an uncomfortable truth. The left is going to lose their mind because it's all about owning the libs. I'm not going to listen anymore to this guy. You get the flavor. Why is this guy saying this? It all comes back to the same thing. I promise you, it all comes back to the same thing. This guy wants to be a right-wing star. I mean, this guy is a state education official. How many state education officials are out there running around doing this, recording videos in their car to put on social media in the hopes that it gets picked up by Newsmax or OAN or, goes around on the podcasts or Fox News? Does this guy actually give a damn about doing his job? No, he cares about using the platform of his job to do this kind of crap. This guy wants a career in right-wing media or a career in politics or both. That's what this guy is about. And the way you do either of those things, both of those things, is by saying crap that the Fox News audience will eat up. And I say the Fox News audience just to kind of cover all of them, but it's I really hate Fox News. I mean, I got a real hate on for Fox News because of what they've done to this country. Fox News truly is a cancer on this republic. Fox News has destroyed, not only this country, the sane functioning of our government, it's destroyed families. It's destroyed relationships. How many people have lost their relationships with their parents, uncles, siblings, friends, spouses, because one of them have just been hooked on the Fox News bullshit crack. They just watch Fox News day in and day out and believe the lies. They believe the propaganda. It's just truly an absolute cancer on this society. So I really freaking hate Fox News. But it's not just Fox News. It's all of them, because they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. It's all about just shoveling as much of this crap to their audience as possible, because that's what the audience wants. Now with Fox News, and really with all of them, honestly, it's with all of them. It's all about making money. Whether you're a podcaster trying to grow your audience, to get money that way, or whether it's Fox News, it's all about making money. And the way you do it, the way you get a big audience and keep them watching, is by telling them what they want to hear. Fox News learned this. I mean, they knew it. They up until recently, they at least tried to pretend they're a news organization. I mean, they still pretend, I guess, but not. They don't put much effort in pretending anymore. It was all exposed, and everything changed for them following the 2020 election, when they were reporting truthfully on Donald Trump having lost, and their audience revolted. They didn't want to hear that. That is not what they wanted to hear. So they left Fox News in droves to go to platforms that would tell them what they wanted to hear. So they went to Newsmax, who was pushing the election lies, and OAN, and the podcasts, and everything else. They left Fox News because they weren't telling them what they wanted to hear. And so we know from the Dominion lawsuit and all those depositions that is when Fox News said, well, forget it. We're losing audience. We need to just start telling these idiots what they want to hear. And that's what they've been doing ever since. And that's what they all do. They tell these Fox News viewers what they want to hear. And this guy, this Ryan Walters, Oklahoma education guy, is doing the exact same thing. He is, and they all do this. They all do their own individual version of the exact same thing, telling these MAGA voters what they want to hear. Now, I don't know this guy. I don't know exactly what his goal is. If I had to guess, it's to make a career for himself, like I said, in right-wing media or in politics. I don't know if being the Oklahoma elections guy for this state is an elected position or an appointed position or what. But whether this is for his future in politics or his future in right-wing media, maybe he'll get a lucrative Fox News, contract or something like that. I don't know. But whatever his goals are, this is the way you achieve it in right-wing media. This is how you achieve your goals as a politician or as a highly paid, contributor to Fox News or something like that. You tell the audience what they want to hear, and you have to increasingly ramp up the crazy. You got to own the libs, and you got to be crazier and crazier about it, because it's like a drug. You can't stay at the same level. You have to increase the dose to get the same effect. You build up a tolerance for it, so you have to keep going crazier and crazier and crazier. And by the way, that is exactly why things are not going to get any better in the Republican Party once Donald Trump leaves the scene. Whether it's in 4 years or before then, whether he leaves office after serving 4 terms or whether, a Big Mac gets him next Thursday or something. Whenever Donald Trump leaves the scene, things aren't going to revert to some sort of normalcy in the Republican Party, because the entire method for achieving political success and success as a media operation has completely changed. And it is to push crazy to morons and lunatics. That is the secret recipe, whether it's the media side or the politics side. And so it's not going to get any better, because once Donald Trump leaves, there's going to be a big vacuum, people vying to be top dog, people vying for attention, and the way you get it is not just to tell people what they want to hear, but to continually up the dosage of crazy. That's what will get you to stand out. You have to stand out from the pack. You can't be pushing the same crazy garbage that everybody else is pushing. That's not going to make you stand out. You got to push something even crazier. And that's what's going to happen. There is going to be an arms race of lunacy inside the Republican Party as Donald Trump fades from the scene. Okay, what do we have next here? Steve Bannon. This goes to the MAGA war against Elon Musk. And Bannon has been going pretty hard, from what I can tell, against Elon Musk. Let me play this clip for you.
Why should an American citizen, his family's been here 5 or 6 generations, that can go to college, get a degree, and is smart enough, why should they have to compete against the world on the territory inside the United States? It's not.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a good point. I mean, why aren't we hiring Americans for these positions, right? Far be it from me, I don't want to really be agreeing too much with Steve Bannon, but hey, when you're making a valid point, you're making a valid point. Well, we know the reason why Elon Musk wants to do this. Now, he says it's because he can't find qualified people in America. That's bullshit. It's because he can't find qualified people in America who are willing to take the low salaries that Elon and the other tech bros want to pay them. So they go and they basically get themselves some indentured servants, from other countries through the H-1B visa program. They sponsor people, they bring them over, and these people they bring over are basically trapped working for that company because for the terms of the visa, they're there to work for that company. They're there to work for Elon Musk or whoever else. They can't just switch jobs, so they're stuck. If they want to stay in America, they have to continue working for Elon and take whatever Elon gives them. And Elon can get away with giving them a lot less in salary than he could with American workers. That's what this is all about. Nothing America first about this. Nothing about looking out for working Americans here. And of course, Donald Trump is going right along with that. But here's another point that Bannon makes that I want to take issue with.
Fair. Until Silicon Valley, until these places have, 20% African American and 20% Hispanic, I'd like to put an exit visa on every college graduate, foreign student that graduated from college here in 30 days to leave and go back home and help make their nation great again. And we shouldn't take any.
Why is that fair to Americans? Hey, if this is America first and we're supposed to be looking out for Americans, why is that fair? Why should we even be allowing people from other countries to come here on student visas to work on engineering degrees or these other high-tech degrees and push out Americans for those same spots? There's not an endless number of spaces in these universities for these high-tech, degrees. Believe me, it is very competitive to get in, especially the top-tier schools, to get in for an engineering degree or something like that. Why are we allowing people from other countries to come in here and take spaces that could have gone to American students? So how is this America first? Let them in to enrich the academic higher education establishment. I mean, this doesn't sound very America first. I thought that Steve Bannon and them hated elite universities. Hate the entire university system in this country. Hate all of higher education because those are the elite, right? So why are we allowing people from other countries to come in here on visas? We don't have to let them in here to be students to take these spots from American students and then let them take the degrees that they earned here in place of Americans and then take them back to another country to compete with the United States. What freaking sense does this make? So we're going to educate our competition? And a lot of these universities, even a lot of the elite public universities, they're subsidized with taxpayer dollars. We're subsidizing these universities. And we're going to let, we're going to let foreigners come in here, take spaces in these elite universities that could have gone to American students, and then take their degrees that we subsidized and then go back to their home countries to create products to compete with us? How does that make sense? I thought the purpose of this, was to bring in top talent from around the world, to bring them into our country, to improve our country so that we could benefit. Hey, we're educating them and then we're not even going to have the benefit of their productive work with the degree that we subsidized? Then they're going to compete with us? This doesn't sound America first, Steve Bannon. And by the way, try not to get angry here. Where the F are Democrats on all of this? Democrats just lost a lot of working Americans to this crap, to MAGA, to Steve Bannon. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is selling out American workers to Elon Musk and his billionaire tech buddies. Where the hell are Democrats? If you want to get back some of these working class American voters that you've lost, where the hell are you? You need a strategic, ongoing political campaign to get these people back and expose Donald Trump, expose Steve Bannon, expose Elon Musk, expose all these MAGA friggin' fraudsters for the frauds that they are. They're not looking out for working class Americans or any Americans. And it's so easy to make this case. This Trump administration, this MAGA movement is bought and paid for by the billionaire class. And here you have, Steve Bannon, the Svengali behind the scenes of this entire MAGA movement, talking about letting students from around the world come in, get our tax subsidized, get a top tier education at our taxpayer subsidized universities, push out American students for those spots in the classroom, and then take their degrees and go back to their home country with it. We don't even get the benefit. There are so many ways in which we can be pushing back against this MAGA crap and try to take back, wake up working class Americans and Americans generally speaking, and say you were taken in by con men, right? This is a whole con. This is a grift. They're selling you out. And what better time to expose these people than while they are selling you out? This is your opportunity, Democrats. Get your shit together. There's a golden opportunity. You can't just wait for the election season to begin the campaign. You have to be on political offense 24/7. You need to be campaigning 24/7. Why do you think Donald Trump won? Because he has been campaigning against Democrats 24/7 for the last 4 years. All of right-wing media has been doing that. And that's one of the main reasons why Kamala Harris lost. Because Democrats just sat back. The old way of doing things is over, people. Wake the hell up. The old way where, well, we campaign, and then once the election is over, we'll govern for 2 years, and then we won't have to worry about campaigning again until the next election ramps up, till a couple of months before the election. That's how you lose. Fox News is a constant 24-hour a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, Republican campaign operation. That's what it is. That's what, all these podcasts and everything are. It's a constant Republican campaign. They don't wait. They don't govern for a couple of years before the next election. They don't govern. They're not interested in governing. And being a party of good governance is not going to get you elected. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be a party of good governance. Certainly you should be. But if all you're going to do is just govern well for 2 years or 4 years and then campaign, you're going to lose every time. That was Joe Biden's strategy. Oh, I don't need to push back against any of these MAGA lies. I don't really need to say anything. The people will just figure it out. I'll just go about doing my job. I'll do the best job I can. And as compared to Donald Trump, people will see how competent I am and that I'm just doing a good job, and I will be able to coast to re-election. That doesn't work anymore. You can't do that anymore and expect to win. You have to be campaigning all the time. And here's a golden opportunity. Anyway, I think I made my point. In fact, I probably beat my point into the ground. Yeah, but I tend to do that. Anyway, here is Nick Fuentes. This is the out-and-out racist, neo-Nazi type of person, Nick Fuentes, and he's not so happy with the Republican Party and Elon Musk right now. Let's take a listen.
Sorry. Thank you for your vote. Now go fuck yourself. That's the message from the Republican Party for the next 4, 8, 16, 100, 1,000 years. Thank you for your vote. Now go fuck off until the next election.
I love it. Now, again, this is definitely not a guy I want to be caught agreeing with too often. But he's right here. Guys, MAGA, you've been had, you've been conned, you've been duped. That's exactly the position of Donald Trump. Now, the Republican Party, okay, they're not exercising brain cells on their own. Okay, there's no independent thought. There's no strategy in the Republican Party. They just follow the lead of Donald Trump. Okay, so it's not. So I don't know. I don't know what else this guy said. All I have is this 19-minute clip Lord knows I don't watch Nick Fuentes. I just came across this clip. So I don't know what else he said. I don't know if he took the next logical step and blamed the guy at the head of the party who's actually controlling everything. I don't know if he actually blamed Donald Trump, as he should, but this is Trump. Okay? Replace Republican Party with Trump, because there is no functional Republican Party anymore. It's Trump and then just a bunch of people doing whatever Donald Trump says. They don't get out ahead of Donald Trump. They wait to see what Donald Trump's position on anything is, and then they just parrot that. So this is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to sell you people out for the next 4 years. He is going to grift and sell you out. And here's the thing with these Trump cultists. Most of them will never figure it out. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope one day they wake up, and I'm sure some of them will. Some of them already are. The Laura Loomers, this guy, a lot of people. Most of them, like I said, though, haven't taken the next logical step to blame the guy who's actually responsible for it, Donald Trump. That's going to be the last thing they do. They will blame Republicans. They will blame the billionaire class. They'll blame Elon Musk. They'll blame the Speaker of the House. They'll blame everybody else to try to avoid blaming the one guy who is most responsible. Maybe they'll get there. We'll see. Most of them aren't there yet. But Donald Trump is the one that is going to be selling these people out. But most of them, they're so easy to manipulate. And Donald Trump does this so well, and he knows this. Look, Donald Trump, I've said many times, is a idiot. And he is. But he has a certain cunning. And he's very good at manipulating other stupid people. He knows these people. I mean, he relates to these people, just instinctually. He's a moron. They're morons. He has learned how to manipulate his fellow morons. And he does it so well. And it's so easy for him. My God, it's so easy. So if he's in the process of ripping them off with some deal with, selling us out to China or selling us out to the oligarchs or whatever he's doing, if he doesn't want them to pay attention to that, he'll just dangle a shiny object over here. Where I can't see. There. Yeah. He'll dangle a shiny object over here, right? In the form of a tweet or something. Or he'll gin up some sort of phony outrage over something. And of course, Fox News will dutifully comply. And that's all Donald Trump has to do. All he's got to do is send out, post something on Truth Social or call in to Fox and Friends in the morning and say something outrageous or threaten somebody. Maybe he threatens to throw Chuck Schumer in prison or something. And then everybody will just be talking about that. And then he's free to sell us out somehow. And no one will even notice. And people like me will be talking about it, but they don't listen to me. They'll never hear this. If it's not on Fox News or the podcasts that they watch, they'll never hear about it. And Donald Trump can manipulate them at will. Okay, the final clip I have here. Thomas Massie. This guy, he's an awful... This is the guy, I don't know if you remember, this is a guy who did a Christmas card maybe last year or in the last couple of years with his family and his little kids, had a big family, if I recall, all sitting around the Christmas tree with AR-15s, the little kids all packing heat and everything. That was their Christmas card. That was their Christmas greeting to everyone. Just the family in their nice little pajamas and AR-15s. It's just, anyway... Thomas Massie, congressman from Kentucky, I believe. He is. Let me let you listen to this clip.
If Chip Roy were asked to serve as chairman of the Rules Committee, would that be enough to get your vote for Mike Johnson?
Oh no, you can pull all my fingernails out, you can shove bamboo up in them, you can start cutting off my fingers. I am not voting for Mike Johnson tomorrow. And you can take that to the bank.
Who are you voting for, Thomas? Who are you voting for?
For all our viewers.
All right. Oh, it's a clip from OAN. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's right. That's Matt. Let me see. Yeah, that's Matt Gaetz. That's his new gig. It just went right over my head that's Matt Gaetz. Probably because of all the work he's had done to his face. My God, these people. You know, they celebrate masculinity, raw masculinity, and they're all getting plastic surgery. They're painting themselves orange to look like they're Orange God King. God, the guy looks friggin' ridiculous. Anyway, so here Thomas Massie is. This was yesterday because today is Friday. Today is when the new Congress gets sworn in and they got to pick a speaker. That's the first order of business. And the palace intrigue is whether or not Mike Johnson will make it. Donald Trump, last I heard, is supporting Mike Johnson. But if the winds appear to be blowing in another way, Donald Trump will throw him under the bus. Because Donald Trump can never be seen on the losing side. So he's supporting Mike Johnson. If he gets word that Mike Johnson isn't going to have the votes, he'll withdraw his endorsement very publicly, throw his ass under the bus, and then get behind somebody else. And whoever wins, he'll say, oh, he's only speaker because of me. You know, Mike Johnson would have been speaker, but I knew he was no good, so I pulled my endorsement, and I endorsed this guy, and that's why he's speaker, so he owes everything to me. That's what he does. Anyways, Thomas Massie is going to be a problem. Not just for Mike Johnson and his attempt to be speaker again, but going forward, generally speaking, because the Republican majority in the House of Representatives is so small that they really can't afford to lose more than one or two people. And Thomas Massie is going to be a problem for House leadership when it comes to certain things like Donald Trump wanting to get rid of the debt ceiling. I don't know, but I don't think Massie's going to go for that. Along with Chip Roy, who seems to have an independent streak, at least to some degree, because Chip Roy was against Donald Trump's effort to get rid of the debt ceiling. Donald Trump attacked him viciously, wanted the cult to go after him, which they did. But Chip Roy held his ground, never buckled, and voted against Donald Trump. Donald Trump lost on that whole thing. So you got Thomas Massie, you got Chip Roy. That could be enough to cause some serious problems. You got another one to join them, and they can pretty much sink anything. And let me tell you something. I mentioned earlier about Democrats and them needing to get their damn act together. Let me say this. They better damn well not bail the Republicans out anymore. They need to just sit back and let the Republicans burn the place down. Now, I don't like the damage. I don't want to see the damage that Republicans are going to cause. But you know what? Elections have to have consequences. You know, people voted for this crap. And they have to feel the effects of what they actually voted for. If Democrats keep coming in to join with the less a handful of non-lunatic Republicans and whoever the speaker is at the time to save their ass and get things passed to avoid government shutdowns and things like that, then the American people will never understand what a mistake it was to vote for Republicans if Democrats keep bailing them out. And they'll get the exact wrong message. They'll think, wow, Republicans are doing a good job. No government shutdowns. They're passing things. I guess they're doing a good job. I'll vote for Republicans again. That's the friggin' message that the American people are going to get if Democrats keep coming to their rescue. You need to stop helping these people out. Okay? Because if you think you're going to get credit, Democrats, for being the adults in the room and helping Republicans to keep the government over and running and what was I saying? Government open and running. You're not going to get any credit. They're not. The American people aren't going to go, wow, good thing Democrats helped out the Republicans. And, I think I'm going to vote for Democrats next time. No! You think they pay close enough attention? You think they understand the in and outs of what's going on in Congress? No! These are the fucking morons who think that the president controls the price of eggs. You think they're going to understand the backroom deals in the House of Representatives and that it's really the Democrats being responsible? No. If you try to be the adults and help Republicans, you're going to be digging your own political grave. You're just going to send the wrong message to the American people. They'll think that Republicans are going to get the credit. If you join them, keep the government open and other kind of things like that, Republicans are going to get the credit, not you. You need to stop helping them. It's their show. Let them run it. This is what the American people wanted, right? Or do we believe in democracy or do we not believe in democracy? The American people voted for a Republican House, a Republican Senate, and a fucking lunatic for president. So let them get what they voted for. Let them get a taste. I hate to see what they're going to do, but sometimes pain is the only teacher. They're going to have to, experience the consequences of their vote. And if you bail them out, the American people aren't going to experience the consequences of their vote. They'll get the exact wrong message. Okay, I have no idea how long I've been talking. Way too long in any event. Anyways, God, I hope this came out okay with the video clips. If it didn't, I'm sure I'll be hearing about it. That's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.